And joining us in the studio here in Berlin is Elmar Brok. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Let me first get your initial thoughts on the passage of this Brexit agreement and now what you expect as it goes before the British Parliament.
Well, I think that is a good agreement under the circumstances. Brexit is damaging all us, but this is an agreement which gives us a time to negotiate a proper relationship, including a far-reaching free trade agreement, agreements on internal, external security in order to bring the damage down.
Do you expect it to pass the UK Parliament? I
see difficulties in that, what I hear. The Brexiteers have ideological arguments. You can convince them with no deal at all. And on the other side, it's a danger that Remainers believe if they vote no, they get another new referendum, or they can have another deal. I think that's not possible. This is the deal which is negotiated, and I do not think it was made very clear by the heads of state and government, but also by the European Parliament, that they have to take this or nothing. That was their proposals. It's a fair deal. And this customs union as backstop for Ireland was the British proposal originally. Now it's the biggest negative point in the British debate. I wonder sometimes.
So we all wonder sometimes. Well, let me just focus in on one of those scenarios because it's hard to imagine what it would look like if they got another referendum. It's not clear if they have the votes for that anyway. But one thing that's being talked about is if they don't pass this initially, then they feel, some people feel they could go back to Brussels and get a renegotiated deal or some concessions. Do you think that's completely out of the question?
I think it's negotiated clearly for many, many months. We have also to defend our interests. We feel there is a fair balance, and I do not think that the European Union will renegotiate that deal. This is a withdrawal agreement which gives us a chance to have a proper, good future relationship to negotiate it. And this, I think, should be the main point. And we have all a situation that we avoid a hard border between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. This insurance which have negotiated for that will never take place. First, not in the transitional period, which might become for 4 years, because then we have still the internal market relationship, and afterwards with a proper free trade agreement it should be easy that the case is solved in such a way that this insurance, the customs union, will never in practice applied.
So the transition period could be extended past the 21-month period to another 2 years out. If there is no solution found for the hard border of Ireland, or avoiding a hard border of Ireland, what would happen after 4 years then?
Then we have this backstop. Therefore, the backstop is insurance. But nobody wants that it has to be applied. Therefore, I'm quite confident that in 2 or 4 years we will negotiate a proper deal that we do not do that. We want to have a far-reaching free trade agreement with no tariffs and so on. That is also the British wish, and because Britain relies more on access to the European market than the other way around. So to get such an agreement, it's in both countries' interest.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Brok. Appreciate your time this morning.